Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I cannot be with you today, but I am grateful to the Long Distance Advisory Council for organizing this event. I am glad that local, national and European politicians, NGOs, scientists and most importantly, partners from Africa decided to come to Las Palmas to discuss the external dimension of the EU's common fisheries policy. When the European Union decided to reform its policy a few years ago, one thing was clear. We need to apply the same principles to fishing inside our waters to how we fish in waters outside the EU. And we have cast in stone a key principle, the principle of sustainability. In fact, we did more than simply casting it in stone. We turned it into a legal obligation. We did that because we have realized if stocks are healthy, we all win. If we preserve our resources, our fisheries business stays alive and well. But we have also realized that the European Union cannot do it on its own. We have acknowledged our own responsibilities, but we are taking only 5% of global catches. We are a global fisheries player that demonstrates a consistent approach across all oceans. But to achieve sustainability at the global level, all international players need to play the same collaborative game, respecting the same principles. We have therefore been working with nearly 100 countries in recent years to fight illegal fishing, with some remarkable results. Our IUU dialogues and our yellow and red cards led to transformational changes in dozens of countries who have put in place new institutions, rules and processes to ensure sustainable fishing. We also promote our principles within regional fisheries management organizations, where we make constant efforts for better science and better compliance. Our bilateral fisheries agreements are centered on sustainability, better governance and fairness. They are true partnerships. European Union vessels are bound by scientific advice and can only catch surplus resources unused by local populations. In exchange for the fish, we offer the countries financial support for the sustainable development of their fisheries sector. At present, we have 13 active bilateral agreements, and the network will be expanded to 2 more soon, as negotiations have recently been completed with Mauritania and Liberia. Sierra Leone and Tanzania are in the pipeline, while preliminary talks with Kenya are ongoing. Speaking of Africa, we have a common interest to address some of the challenges relating to the sustainable use of marine resources. I therefore believe the time has come for the European Union and the African Union to work closer together on oceans governance. None of us can solve today's challenges by acting alone, but we can make real changes together. For instance, we can both continue to support the steps taken by some African countries to reform their fisheries management systems and create a fitter policy framework. We can help developing countries become responsible actors. This is what the European Union is trying to do with its fisheries partnership agreements. We have 7 in Western Africa alone, and we would like to expand the network even more to export the principles of sustainability and good governance as far and as deep as possible. As for financial support, between 2007 and 2013, the European Union financed projects in Africa for about €126 million. From now to the year 2020, fisheries and aquaculture are clearly a priority in regional multi-annual programming. Let us seize the opportunities and keep the ball rolling. In closing, I want to thank the Advisory Council once again for this conference and for their work. I hope that our good cooperation will continue for one simple reason. We need you and your advice so that we can do our job. This also applies to the wide international consultation I have launched on ocean governance. Our efforts cannot stop at our borders, and we have to decide together how to shape the governance of the oceans for the years to come. I'd like the Long Distance Advisory Council and the participants at this event to be strong voices in this debate. In the meantime, I wish you a very fruitful day in the wonderful city of Las Palmas.